Now, nGenRefallen is no stranger to anybody here in Singapore. He's a very, very up-and-coming player here. He's won SSL in January, which was the last tournament I ran, and he's going to be spawning here in the 10 o'clock position as the green Protoss, and down here we have Far as the blue Terran. We are on the brand new Shakur's Plateau. My name is HD Phoenix, and I'm hosting the C Star League. This is the grand finals of Code A. I cannot wait to cast these games. Actually, Unstable and Kelly have been doing a really, really fantastic job. And my music is on. Technical issues. Let's see. Sound. Let's cut that down. Alright, so where were we? Oh yes, grand finals, right. Code A. So Refallen is going to send a very, very early scout here, and he just really wants to see what kind of play he's going for. He really wants to know if Fa is going to go for any kind of weird play, because we are in Game 3. Usually in a very long series, you want to try to do at least some kind of cheese. At the very least, try to give your opponent that you are having the impression of cheese, so the opponent is scared of that and will have to at least play a little bit more standard. He can't really go very, very macro heavy. But it does look like Fa is just going to be completely standard over here. One Rax with gas. It's very, very standard opening, and Refallen is just going to go there, see that gas and breathe like, whew, okay, there's not going to be any kind of early Marines. I'm going to be safe. And that's probably, knowing Refallen's style, going to give him the edge to want to fast expand. You know, he has been playing very, very macro, and he should be very, very happy just to see Refallen just using a little bit of his APM. Let's see if we can figure out these new... There we go. We can figure out these new icons. Very, very nice systems there by Blizzard. Really like that touch that they put in. The probe is going to be annoying here, just zapping a few of the SCVs. And yeah, I would really like to see Refallen probably throw down a second gas, see if he can go for that 3-gate fast expand that he's so fond of. But rather than that, we are just going to... basically, since nobody's being aggressive early on, just that probe just managed to just quickly scoot away by that one Marine. Refallen just has to be a little bit careful of... are we going to see a tech lab? Yes, we do have a tech lab coming down by far, so he just has to be a little bit worried that, you know, he'll push out with 2 Marauders, 1 Marine, and an SCV or 2, and apply quite a bit of early pressure. But other than that, it does look that, actually Refallen is going to drop a pylon there, but the SCV did manage to see it, so he might look for Refallen probably to drop another pylon here so he can hide his tech, because if the SCV sees the pylon there, he's going to be like, okay, he's trying to hide tech, I'm just going to go scan there later on. Or it also may be mind games and just trying the bluff scans out. But look at that, Fa is going to drop actually his expansion before Refallen. It just is actually quite a twist. So very, very interestingly played. This Zealot is going to run himself ragged trying to catch this SCV. He does not have enough boost on his metal legs. Like, you would think that a guy in a power suit would be able to outrun a guy in a clunky robot thingamajig, but no, apparently not. He can't run fast enough, and the SCV will be able to scoot away. Now, actually, I have not completely checked out this new Shakur's Plateau. I do know they took out the back rocks here, and they added the rocks over here. So Terran can abuse that because they are going to be able to get a command center here and be relatively safe. But then again, if you do get your command center there, then if they do break down the rocks, it's an extremely long walk from your natural to defend it. But Fa is not going to go that. He's just going to go for something very, very standard, and you know, just go for that one Rex fast expansion. Actually, that Stalker just being able to get away just a little bit careless there by Fa. The Fa could have actually picked up quite a free kill there, but it does look that one Reaper does come into the play. Sorry guys, I missed that. The Reaper is actually doing quite a lot of work. What does Refallen have inside the base to deal with that? He only has a single Zealot. The probes are trying... looking at the workers lost. Let's see if I can find that tab. Units lost. Yeah, we have already 7 units lost by Refallen. Oh, that is so painful to watch. Actually, looking at that Reaper has picked up 6 kills. That Reaper has more than paid for itself. And he also sees that there is no... he does see the robotics bay. He knows that it's actually going to be a 2 gateway robo push, because Refallen has not been able to get his expansion. And the thing is if this push does not work, Refallen is going to be very, very far behind. I'm actually very surprised to see that he's playing 1 base, because this guy is really known for macro play. There we go. We are finally getting his expansion down, but it is very, very late. The orbital command is already completed by Fa. We're looking for him to drop a mule in just a second, looking for the income to spike. Look at that. They are equal on harvesters, but of course mules are OP, and he is going to get extra 300 minerals, which is going to very nicely fund his entire bio army. Look at that. Wow. 2 racks with reactors, and he is going to get the factory down for the starport. He is going to get a second gas so he can support medvacs, and I think he's just going to churn out a ton of Marines. The Marauders are just there for support. Looking at the production tab, yes, we do have Stim on the way, and yeah, I mean, look for him to put out quite a bit of pressure. This is actually quite a scary force. Looking at the armies tab, we are looking at 20. Well, that's not the right tab. Looking at the army counts, looking at the units. We do have 5 Marauders, 7 Marines against only 4 Stalkers and 2 Zealots, and this could actually be really, really bad because remember, Zealots do very, very poorly against Marauders with the slow. Fa is just going to peek over here and check, but Refallen is playing 100% completely blind. If he does not see that, he's just going, actually, I don't know what Fa is waiting for. Fa should actually be pushing out. At the very least, force Refallen to make a lot more units. He only has a single sentry here with only enough energy for a single force field. So actually, this army could march right up here and do significant havoc. Looking at the income tab, wow, Fa is double. He's on the same gas, but he is double the income of Refallen, and he should be just wow. Look, all the Marines are churning out. I don't know what Fa is waiting for. He is going to scan. He is going. Okay, there are 2 sentries now, so he's going to be able to trap half the army there, and then easily pick it up. But let's look at what Refallen sees. Looking on Refallen's cam, yeah, he does have an observer in the base. He notices that there's actually no army there. He does have another observer here, so yes, he's completely fine. He knows what is going on, and the 5 gateways is kicking in. Wow. Okay, so I think Fa is just waiting for starports. Yeah, there it is. Looking on the production tab, he does have 2 medvacs on the way. Combat shields is coming down. He is dropping another command center. Very curious that he'll want to put that there because most likely he wants to get this spot. He's not going to hide it. And it does look like Refallen is going to move out. This is actually quite scary. I mean, let's look at the army count again. They are completely even, and he actually might be able to catch the Guardian Shields and able to very nicely trap a couple units. Very, very careless of Fa. They're actually leaving half his army outside the base, and actually this. While looking at the units lost, we do have 1,075 unit resources lost by Fa, and there's absolutely no reason why you want to leave your army out there in the middle of nowhere. And right now the observer sees everything. The first observer, he might actually want to push out there. We might see a couple of force fields. Guardian Shield comes down. That really cuts the damage down by the Marines by a lot. He just actually sees the amount of bio there, and he realizes there are so many bunkers that are going to be completed in a second, and he says, okay, it's alright, I'm just going to continue. Actually, no, but he's going to move forward. He doesn't have enough energy for another Guardian Shield. He really needs to either I would really like to see him walk up the ramp here. He should not be fighting with the bunkers there. He's desperately trying to. There he goes. He's trying to walk up the ramp. He needs to negate the fact that there are bunkers. This actually could be a big mistake for him. Wow, that is a lot of units. He's actually able to warp in more units here on the top. And without the pressure of the bunkers, he's actually going to be able to want to kill as many bunkers as he can. But actually, no, he's going to fight in a small choke here. But the thing is because Terran units are so small, they are so space efficient. They are actually able to, there's so many Marines able to stack out each other, and right now I don't see how Refallen is going to be able to deal with this, and then this army is going to be torn to pieces. Wow, look at the amount of units that Refallen has lost. He's lost 5,000 units and 5,000 resources, and Fa is just so efficient with that. I think, yeah, okay, if you're going to come up the ramp, fine, but I think the critical thing was he did not have Guardian Shield, and he let all the bio units come up, and because they can stack on each other so well, Refallen just lost way too many units. Looking on the income tab, Refallen is still behind. I mean, because he's on 2 base, the Terran is such a macro player. Also, he's on the 3rd base. He hasn't got. I would really like to see that to be a plat fort, but looking at the armies tab, that is so dismal. 2,500 for the Terran, 1,300 for the Protoss, and the thing is, Protoss don't do well in small numbers. This Immortal is going to be instantly vaporized. Zealots don't do enough, and wow, okay, how in the world did Refallen see that? I think Refallen's spider senses must be tingling or something. He actually pulled back to counter this drop, but I think he does have an observer following this. Following the main army, and here comes the drop. This could actually do a lot of damage because right now he is going to march in the front. This could go right to the mineral line. He needs to move this to the mineral line and do. Here comes the stim. He makes sure he does not get cut off. He does get cut off. Half the army is outside. All the zealots are melting. He needs to move the zealots behind. But there he comes one more unit. He is focusing down all the production units there. So many production units going down. He does lose 3 out of his 5 gateways right now. Refallen is going to scramble back. He needs to be careful about this. He's going to try to focus down the cybernetics core. I don't know if I agree with this. He was able to kill off a lot of production facilities. He should not be falling back with this. He should be actually trying to see if he can push out there. He does able to save his medvacs, but let's look at the units lost again. Yeah, Refallen has been able to close that 3,000 lead. Actually, no, the units lost is still 3,000 apiece, but I think Refallen defended that really, really well, and it really wasn't because he was able to split his army well. It was just the fact that he defended one prong attack here, and then that army moved back, and then he just was able to take out the second prong. Fa was not actually able to make a two-prong attack. It was just essentially 2 separate single attacks. And I don't know if I agree with that. You see, the thing is, if Refallen had just moved the entire army here, he would have instantly vaporized all those probes. And then if he just kept pushing the front, the army in the front would not be able to go back to the base and defend. Then you can kill production facilities. I mean, having that surprise attack and only killing like 4 or 5 pylons to deny production facilities just for 30 or 45 seconds, it's not worth it, bro. It's just not. And the other thing I want to say is, staying on bio for that long and having absolutely no upgrades, that is just such a bad idea, really. You know, like right now, this observer is just taking as much. He just sees the entire army, and right now, Refallen, we are 17 minutes into the game. Refallen could have gone for Colossus. This army would have been instantly vaporized, and Terran have such an advantage in the beginning if they go bio, because bio is incredibly strong against everything else except Banelings, which is pretty much the only Zerg counter to any kind of bio play. But Protoss doesn't really have anything. They kind of have to bide their time until they can get the Templar, until they can get the Colossus. And right now, Fa being so timid here, he's really giving Refallen the chance to get that. We do have a Dark Strike almost completed. He really needs that Dark Strike. We need a Guardian Shield. Where's the Guardian Shield? He needs to stop the damage by the Marines. Right now the bio is completely stacking up, and this Immortal is getting instantly torn to pieces. And look at that, bio is so ridiculously strong against Protoss. I cannot agree with Refallen there. He did not have High Templar, he did not have Colossus 17 minutes into the game. And even though Fa stuck to bio with no upgrades, he was actually able to take that. So yeah, I don't know. This is very different Refallen from the one I saw at SSL January. But I mean, still, I'm not bashing Refallen. Very well played. You know, the macro was good, the defending was good, but it's just, you know, I don't see why you as a Protoss would stick on gateway units only if you know that your opponent is going mass bio.